Hey folks, Matt Rabbit here in Dwarf Fortress, final episode. I unfortunately shot this twice now. This is the second time I'm shooting this. Ran into an issue with the audio. As you know, I've been trying to experiment with my new microphone. I thought I was recording in the previous segments, and unfortunately I was not recording the audio. Basically, I did a full tour, and as you know from last episode where I was kind of christening the thing with some goblins and basically the big blender here. I was christening it with goblins, some 3 minotaurs that actually had come in, some goblin thieves, goblin other things I've captured, and some animals. But I think we can probably try and get go through this. Well, basically what I did, here's the topmost level of that tower. I showed last episode pretty much how I did it. And I killed all the things. So they were in here, got dropped down. Tower made of gold and obsidian. Here is the roof. Basically, they fall through in this area here. So everything's gold and obsidian in this place. The roof obsidian. And we're going to do a full tour of everything, but I just wanted to say they would fall so many levels. They would take massive damage from the fall itself, and then there would be all kind of large copper serrated discs in these weapon traps here. Sometimes I had some different types of weapons in here, but mostly copper, some iron. So yeah, and so this is the dais of the temple, and let's go down to ground level, and I pretty much mostly got everything filled in here with the water. I think if I let it go another year, it would get filled up, but I don't think I'm going to do that, just for the sake of just getting this series finished, because I'm running out of steam on doing this anymore. I just don't have the desire to do it, and it is done. I mean, so I figured, what the heck. A lot of my dogs were killed that were here too. Yeah, so I'm going to do a pulled out view here. Sorry if my audio levels are a little weird today. I'm still experimenting with this, like I said. Plus I'm trying to speak away from the computer because it's picking up some of the fans from the computer itself for some reason. I'm getting a background feed to it. So if I pull it back, it's a little better, but that means I have to lean over the microphone. The reach is just a big pain. So it's not really working out as I'd hope. So here's the pulled out view of the temple. Basically obsidian with the temple in the middle. If you go up one level, as you can see here, these towers here have green glass roofs on them, basically. So the areas below them, there's a farming level here. I can grow surface crops in these two areas, and this area here below this one, it goes several levels below to our meeting area in the dining hall right here. But although the dining hall is pretty huge, it's got other areas over here. So that was mainly just to try and prevent some of the cave adaptation, sickness and whatnot. So there's not a whole lot to explain that's new since the previous episode. You've probably seen most of them. I'll kind of go over things really quickly again. But this tower here, made out of iron on the lowest level, and lead, and the next 2 or 3 levels of copper. Apparently I'm going to be, never mind. Alright, so let me zoom back in here so you guys can actually see what's going on. Just with a fuzzy mess for most of us, and me too. So the level right below the surface was a farming level, as you guys remember, farming mostly up just in this area. Refuse stockpile, and right above it I had 4 chimneys, so we can get some of the fumes and miasma out of there. And I rebuilt that wall that was around here too. Now it's probably the only new addition, and expanded the size of it. But yeah, so these here were ladder ways up to the towers on the surface so you can actually get out that way. But I put some traps in just in case something was able to get in over the walls. Maybe something flying or whatever. Which is, I'd be vulnerable to things that could fly anyway. But the main ramp down was here, as you remember from the earlier episodes, just laced with traps all over. And the trading area there in the middle. Actually, let's go up. This really wasn't much of nothing in this level. It was a temporary stockpile for a while. This is the new stockpile. Everything kind of separated into their own separate stock areas. I just dug this out for the heck of it. This was some like extra stone blocks. This was the upper part of the arena. Here's the arena itself. Had all kind of vomit and blood in there. It was a mess. Empty cages, and this was the training area. I actually made 2 new squads that were melee, and the target range here. And then the waterworks controls over here come down from the river. But yeah, weapons storage and armor storage and stuff. And the food level, basically the dining hall, chickens, and these 2 Baron's rooms. But the Baron died, so the mayor lives in them because he was married to the Baron. The hospital, which actually did see quite a bit of use, but it was way too big. The whole point of this base was to make something huge, gratuitous, and just huge, you know. So yeah, tons of food, as you can see. This is almost all food storage. And you go down to the actual level where the actual dining area here. So this is the main meeting area right below where that glass roof is, but they can also go here. But this is also all food and drink. And we did become a mountain home. I'm going to throw some footage in here of the announcements for when we became a mountain home and the queen came. You actually can see her sitting. Oh, she's right here next to the statue. And her husband was not considered the king. I guess is considered a consort. I set up 4 prisons, and I think it's the captain of the guard, right? Yeah, but this is a new one because the previous one went crazy because we had like a whole backlog of if you go here to the Z Justice, we had tons of backup on this from previous orders that weren't fulfilled. So he basically went around, the first one went around killing people and administering beatings, bringing people to the prisons, and he ended up killing like 3 or 4 people. I think all these murders were from him, and maybe the second one to get the job. But he also ended up killing his own. It was actually a female, I think it was. He ended up killing her own brother or something. I think so. The captain of the guard did that. So yeah, crazy, totally crazy. But Scarlet Rocks, the previous Let's Play to this, was actually crazier than even this was. So yeah, all gold mostly, some silver, and the Queen's chambers here. This is basically the ancient burial chamber. All the special artifacts from the Fey Moods, Strange Moods are out here. Some of them were actually used in the rooms. Right below this, I'm not sure I showed this in the previous episode, but we had a new storage area for food. Tons of food already in there. Then the two levels worth of actual quarters for people. I've been working on getting statues in each room. Then basically the work level, crafting level. Huge wood storage, extra storage here in case I ever want to use it. Metals, various metals and ores being smelted here. So everything being done. Then this level is just digging out for the heck of it, just to give my guys something to do. It's gonna take forever, but if I kept going with this, they'd probably take several in-game years to get that done. Then the basically the graveyard, and just about all these are filled up. So yeah, it's pretty amazing that yeah, even still have some you see here these things. I think these are from a forgotten beast that got in there like in the first couple of years. I forgot. That's been a while. I was shooting webs or something. I remember I got into this level. But that's really it. I mean, I can go down to the lower area, up to the cave levels. I'll just go through real quickly, but not much else to show you other than just the magma forges and the obsidian farm, and that's really about it. Let me actually splice in some footage here of also the invasions where the 3 Minotaurs came and one of the goblin invasions. So if I might splice a few of those in here. How much further is this? Yeah, so here we are. Basically got the lava level. This was the magma forges, and this was the obsidian farm. And I think I showed them in earlier episodes. Obviously not being used now, but we still got the Forgotten Beast hanging out in this little area. Still see the same two flashing there since early episodes. And that is it for what the actual tour is, the final tour. Go back up to the top here. I wish I could have showed you the actual second christening, but you basically got the idea of what it was, and I'll just kind of quickly show you. V, then we'll go to W for wounds. And see, some of the few that did survive the fall are really badly damaged. This one here isn't. That's strange. But yeah, most of them are dead. So, but they won't be surviving too long because they'll end up walking into them, and they may end up trying to dodge. This one here is a goblin master thief. I think he's gonna have issues. Eventually, he can't dodge all this stuff, so eventually he's gonna get hit by this. But that is it. I wanted to end this series. It's been going on since early this year. The actual in-game year is 147, as you can see here. Almost 16 million in created wealth. So it's actually been going on since the year 126. So 21 years in-game. That's quite huge. The largest, I guess it's the longest base I've ever done. There were obviously some mistakes made early on in the series, and I admitted to when we were trying to build some of these things on the outside because I couldn't build on the edge. I had them 3 wide roads, and then I said, well, I'm going to do it 1 wide and try and make them all the way around so it looks better. And I don't know if it really worked for me, but I did it anyway. It was a lot of wasted time trying to do that. And when I got these other drawbridges, this is a drawbridge, and there's ones on the other sides. This one and this one. They made things much more efficient as far as doing the work on those went. So that was a big mistake not doing that earlier. And I think I should have set these walls up really early on, like dug down, built the walls and the moat, and cut myself off, because it would have saved a lot of the deaths that I had early on. So that is basically it, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching this series. It's been one of the longest running series that I've ever done. This as far as length goes of time, and probably the amount of hours put into the series. So hopefully it was appreciated. I don't know how many watched all 14 episodes. This will be 14th. It's been basically just a chronicle of megaproject. Basically basing this off of an idea on the Dwarf Fortress Wiki. And I guess that's really it. I do plan on coming back someday to do more, probably another Let's Play. God willing, because having a lot of issues here with YouTube, dealing with the monetization process, and they're even basically making threats to me because I'm submitting all my videos for approval for monetization, and some of them are getting accepted, some aren't. But the weird thing is, some of the Dwarf Fortress ones are accepted, some of them aren't. The previous season, for some reason, a lot of them didn't get accepted, but the ones from this season were accepted for ads, basically commercials and whatnot. But I find that weird if they're gonna make threats and about maybe putting strikes against your record or closing your channel down or pulling the videos. That's really upsetting to me. If I guess if they ended up doing that, that'd be the end of me and this channel anyway. So I just call it quits. I can't really recover from something that bad. It's just hopefully they won't do that. It's not malicious here. I actually did get approval from Tarn Adams in an email. I mailed it to them, their legal department, for these particular videos to try and get clearance, and they just didn't accept it. So I don't know what else to say to them. YouTube, their legal department's a little too anal about this. I don't quite know what else to do to satisfy them. So I basically reached a point where, you know, let's just keep going forward. Try my best here, and I just thank you guys for watching this series. If you have ideas for the next Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress, you can leave them here. I don't think I'll do a mega project though, so don't think too big, because this was too big for me. I'll never do a mega project this big again. I may go for a base that's either ultra super efficient and small in size, or do another large size base, but just not have a mega project with it, and we'll just see how it goes. I have some other ideas I sort of mentioned before this series started and early in the episode, saying, oh, maybe I'll make the rooms specific for each person, I'll decorate it specific for each person, I'll actually make their workshops in their own, like, kind of connected to their own bedroom, kind of living quarters area. And then another idea was just not to do that and have everything like really efficient or whatever. So I don't know what will happen here. So anyway, just thank you, and I'll see you soon. Make sure you check out the channel if you're new. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the videos. Not that I'm soliciting for this stuff, but at least just to show some appreciation for the effort put into it, and really just hopefully you'll be around for the next Let's Play. In the meantime, if you didn't check out Scarlet Rocks, the previous Let's Play to this, that was more of a Let's Play than a documentary like on a mega project. But and then there was also the season 1 episodes, which I actually did not really know how to play the game. So yeah, really, those episodes are pretty bad. I mean, you can go there and laugh at how newbie I am, but there really isn't much. There's some interesting ideas for bases, but they were ill-conceived, and I didn't know what I was doing. So, alright, thank you. See you later. Adios.